All right, guys. Hey, what's going on? 103.9 LI News Radio. My name is Casey Armstrong, and this is the world's most amazing people. I am live today. I am live because I have an amazing guest, which I'm going to tell you about in 1 second. I am live at the airport right here in Islip because the theme of today's show, my guest, is doing something special on the 10th of March right here on Long Island at the Huntington Hilton in Melville, which is kind of funny, we were talking about that before. March 10th, it's going to be from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. There's a breakfast, and it's Made on Long Island Conference. And this is, it's going to be an amazing event, and the person that is putting this together is my guest today. And let me tell you a little bit about Miss Lisa Mirable. She is the president of Vertigo Media Group, and Vertigo Media Group is pretty interesting. They will work with you like a boutique agency, which they say it's like that because they pay so much attention to you. It's not, you won't get lost in the shuffle. It's a group of people that will make you feel like you're one of the family. And guys, with no further ado, I have so much to ask her, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Guys, it's Miss Lisa Mirable. Hi, Lisa. How are you today?
Hi, Casey. How are you? I'm doing well.
Cool. Well. So when people say it's like a boutique agency, tell me. I didn't explain it very well, but tell me what that means, because I mean, you guys are very successful. You've been 14 years of success. I mean, and
actually, our 15th year this year.
15th year?
Yeah.
So
very exciting.
So tell me why people say it's like a boutique agency.
We call it a boutique style agency because, you know, like you said, we really do work really closely with our clients. We give them that boutique-y style, one-on-one attention that they really deserve. Mm-hmm. They don't get lost in the shuffle. Okay. I mean, I work so closely with my clients. I really, I don't just consider us a marketing firm. I really consider us more of a business firm. We kind of go in, we learn their business, we learn, you know, their sales cycle, if they have one, what the highs and lows, what the promotions are like, what they've done in the past, what's worked, what's not worked. We interview the clients that they have, and then more importantly, we interview the clients that they lost.
I love that.
You know?
I was reading about that, and I thought that, I mean, what a clever thing to do. You'll go and you'll talk to people that no longer work with them, and you want to find out why.
Yeah, I want to find out why. Whether they worked with them and left, whether they had a bad experience, whether they went somewhere else. Are they, you know, did they shop price? Was price of an issue? Was it the quality? You know, did they just feel they were maybe short-staffed? What was it about it that made them make the decision not to work with them? Because that's the marketing message you want to put forward, right? You want to overcome those obstacles in order to gain the market share. Mm-hmm. So we have to really understand that. We have to pay close attention to that, and we have to, you know, negate that with our marketing message.
Gotcha. Now who would be a good candidate for your services? Who are you looking to talk to or to get in there and do business with?
I mean, honestly, we can work with all different size companies. The best company, though, for us are manufacturers. Mm-hmm. You know, there's 8,000 manufacturers here on Long Island, wow. So that is a powerhouse, right? Hundreds of millions of dollars here in economic development comes from manufacturers. They're a very important segment on Long Island. They're an important industry, not only for me as a marketing firm, but for everyone that works here, because when we keep the manufacturers here on Long Island and when we make them stronger and we all work together, so to speak, mm-hmm. It helps our economy. It keeps housing prices down. It just affects us in almost every way.
And what are some of the challenges that Long Islanders face as far as business-wise?
Some of the challenges we face? I mean, there's so much, right? So, you know, me as a small business owner, you know, I fight against New York talent, right? It's how do I find that talent? I think for a lot of people, it's about the workforce, right? Uh-huh. How do we keep the workforce here? Are we paying them enough? What do our benefits packages look like? What are the tax incentives for me to hire as opposed to outsourcing? You know, it's expensive to be a small business owner. It's expensive to be a business owner, period. Mm-hmm. You know, but really, I think that growth and basic economics is what we're dealing with. But number one for me would be, you know, my workforce.
Gotcha. Now, you put something together, or you're putting something together now that's gonna happen March 10th at the Huntington Hilton in Melville, 7:30 in the morning, there's a breakfast there, and
Yeah.
until about 11. Tell me about the Made on Long Island Conference. This sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'm really proud of being a Long Islander, right? I love it here. I think we have the best beaches, we have the best people, we have, the best of everything. So I'm really passionate about the economic development here.
Mhm.
I'm passionate about it all. So the Manufacturers Conference really stems from what's happening in my business today, right? A lot of my best customers are manufacturers, and 2 of them are actually leaving Long Island.
Why is that?
One, cost, right? Cost
Okay,
for manufacturing, real estate, they're growing. The real estate here is just super expensive.
It's expensive
There's
to
not
live
enough,
there,
they believed there wasn't enough tax incentives, but that's actually, something we're going to talk about at the
That's
conference.
what you learn if you go to this conference,
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
Got it, okay.
So there's a lot of important facts, and a lot of miscommunication and a lot of misinformation out there, about keeping a business here on Long Island, and we felt that it was very important, to get these sort of leaders together, have them talking about environmental regulations. I mean, we also, what happened out in Bethpage.
Okay.
There was a debacle out there, and people are paying for it for years. Now there's so many environmental regulations. We have PW Grosser coming in, who's like superior in environmental engineering.
Oh, wow.
And they're gonna be talking about that. We have a representative from NYIT, which will customize certifications. Dr. Nada Anid is going to come, and she's going to talk about how to customize certifications, keeping your workforce here, how to make it part of your benefits package. We have Markham.
These are the
These
panelists
are
that
just
you're
some of
gonna
the
have.
panelists that we have
Okay.
talking. This is invaluable information. We have New York Business Incubator and Accelerator. There's benefits to being a member of that. There's.
Can I stop you for a
Sure,
second,
sure,
Lisa?
sure.
Explain to the audience, it's Mark Alessi, you're
Yes.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
And Mark, what is a business incubator? Can you talk about that to the audience? Because
Sure.
so if I ask you dumb questions, it's because I don't know too much about this, and I think a lot of the audience might not know either.
No,
So
no.
that's why I gotta ask you these things. So what does that mean?
Of course. So a business incubator, if you're having a problem, you own a business, you can easily become part of of the business incubator, whether you're a startup or you're an established company. That's one misconstrued, or misinformation about incubators, that everyone thinks it's just for a startup, but it's actually not.
Oh.
You can be an established business.
Okay.
You gain resources by becoming a member of this New York State, business incubator and accelerator, because they will advise you financially. You'll
Okay.
be able to talk to a business advisor. You'll be able to talk to a tax advisor. You'll have all these resources, and that's what he's going to be talking about.
Okay, so that's Mark Alessi.
And then you have Markham.
Okay.
Markham, who's one of the biggest accounting firms here on Long Island. They're going to be talking about tax incentives that exist.
That's huge for a company, isn't it?
Tens of thousands of dollars available. I mean, I can't even say enough about the new tax laws and the benefits that are out there for manufacturers, and so many go unseen
Mhm.
just because they're not well known.
Right, 'cause we don't
People
know.
don't know about it. You don't know what you don't know, right?
Mhm, true.
So it's a very important piece of the puzzle that we have.
So these are all people that, are they gonna speak, or are they gonna be there for to do a Q&A? How does that work?
Yeah, so, interesting question, and yes and yes to both. So in the beginning, we're definitely gonna allow everyone to kind of introduce themselves and why they're here, right? And then we're going to go right into panelist discussion. I asked about 7 different manufacturers here on Long Island to send me, what are their obstacles, what are some of the things that they face, what would be some hot topics for them that they want to touch on.
Mhm.
And then I sent it to our leaders, and I'm asking them to, come up with questions for me. And we're gonna do a little bit of a question and answer scenario between us. And then we're going to open it up, to the audience. And
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
allow them to ask some questions for about a half hour.
Wow,
But
so
really-
somebody buys a ticket, if they go to the website, which is Made on Long Island Conference.com, right?
Made on LI conference.
Oh, sorry, Made on LI Conference right?
That's correct.
And you can go in there and you can buy a ticket and you can get a table, I believe.
You could, yeah, so the individual ticket is $45. I try to keep the price down because I think that,
For all this information, that's nothing.
it's great, yeah. And then $300 for a table of 10, so it's discounted even
Wow.
further. You know, the one thing that I wanted to do is to bring value. I mean, you go to these conferences and you're like, okay, that's great, I heard all this information, but now what, right?
Mhm.
So the now what part is really what I wanted to answer. So we're doing something a little different. I don't think it has been done before at a conference. You know, sometimes you have these breakout sessions, but a breakout session is just nothing more than a smaller symposium, right?
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is, when you get there at 7:45, we're asking that you registered by 7:45 when you walk in the door. You're able to sign up for meetings. You have the opportunity to sit down for 10 minutes, up to 10 different companies, and really have that one-on-one meeting. So you can learn a little bit more, like, okay, I know you had that tax incentive, no, I didn't get my question answered, but you know what, this is what's happening for me.
That is
You know,
awesome.
and just start that conversation,
It's like
you know?
it's like a speed
So-
dating type thing.
Exactly, that's
I
what I
get
was
it.
thinking of, yeah.
No, that's really cool. I
But
mean,
it's true.
I mean, so you actually, if you have a question, like you said, it didn't get answered, I mean, you can sit down with somebody and you can learn.
That's
I
right.
mean, I don't understand why people wouldn't put down $45 to get this information with people like you were talking about, Dr. Anid.
Anid, yeah.
And then, who's Harry Coughlin?
Oh my gosh, the Nassau County IDA. So they're gonna talk about what they're doing in Nassau County. Nassau County is having phenomenal incentives for any kind of manufacturer. So, I mean, he's just doing a great job out there in Nassau. I mean, there's just so much that he's gonna talk about, and they're a true partner for manufacturers here on Long Island. So, I'm really pleased to have Harry. He's been, you know, really an advocate for manufacturing here.
Mhm.
I think it goes unnoticed, so I'm really proud to have him as part of our panel.
Oh, that's awesome. And then tell me a little bit about Edward Gibstein.
Oh, so Edward Gibstein is an interesting character. He actually travels through the United States talking about financial stability. He talks about how, you know, machinery is expensive, you know, and the alternate financing is key. You know, the banks make it really difficult for you today to get the money. So he has alternate ways of gaining funds. He
Oh, wow.
has, yeah, I mean, there's a lot for you to learn when you come.
Yeah,
He's just a superpower when it comes to financial knowledge. It's just wonderful to sit down and talk to him for 5 minutes. He's one of the most interesting people I've ever met. It's really exciting for me to have these great people on my panel. And
It's great that you put this all together, and I mean, you handpicked these people to be there, and people can get a ticket. You can get it online. Go to maidonliconference.com.
Yeah.
If people show up the day of, on the 10th, at the Hilton, the Huntington Hilton in Melville, can they?
Yeah,
can they
sure,
just-
we will definitely accommodate that. I mean, I'd rather the prepay, you know,
Right, so
this
you know.
way we know the table settings and we're
Mhm.
not rearranging things day of, but absolutely. I mean, the more people to spread this message to, the better for me,
Yeah.
you know. Again, I work with all sorts of clients across Long Island, and the one thing I really am passionate about is, you know, the economic development here on Long Island. We work with the Tesla Science Center. We sit with them. We're trying to build, you know, a mini Silicon Valley here on Long Island. You know, the one thing that runs true is it's all about bringing more jobs here on Long Island, keeping them here on Long Island, and
Wow.
making us all stronger.
That's awesome. Yeah, you are a true Long Islander, and you also.
Long Island.
You also do a lot of work. Your passion is with diversity,
Yeah.
with making people aware of diversity and of different cultures and especially in the workforce too, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely
Tell
true.
me about that.
Well, my background was in Latin America. I lived in Brazil for a couple of years.
Before you went to Syracuse or after?
After Syracuse, I
Okay.
graduated and I shot TV commercials through Latin America for a good 4 years.
Wow.
Came back to New York and, you know, I fell in love with the culture, I fell in love with the people. 2 years ago, we opened up a second company called Spanglish.
Mhm.
And what Spanglish is, it's really, you know, the way we speak to one another. We speak in English, we speak in Spanish, right? So diversity is a passion of mine because you take a look at bigger brands, you take a look at America, you take a look at what the trends are, and I feel a real social responsibility to create kind of that melting pot in brands and brand imagery. Millennials are very conscious
Yeah.
of their brands, right? They no longer have to walk down the block to buy something. They have global options. And the more we speak to them, and, you know, they wanna know what cause is your brand backing? They wanna know, who are you speaking to as a brand? Do I wanna really give my money to you, right?
Mhm.
So if you're not showing a passion for all sorts of people, and I'm not just talking about Hispanic, I'm
Right.
talking about diversity.
Yeah.
If you're not showing that passion in your brand and where your loyalty lies, you're gonna lose market share. And
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. And we wanna keep the mom and pops here, you know, going strong as well.
Gotcha.
So I'm passionate about creating those images and making sure they're communicated through their marketing and the messages that they put out.
So guys, if you're just tuning in right now, I am speaking with the one and only Lisa Mirable, and I'm hoping I'm saying the last name right, Mirable.
You are, good job.
I was pronouncing it wrong up until a couple minutes ago,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh,
finally
I
got
was
it
like
down.
Monopoly, I'm like, no, it's not Monopoly, close, very close.
Hey guys, for information, because she is the president of Vertigo Media Group, go to Vertigo Media GRP, you know, I'm short for group, come on now. VertigoMediaGRP.com, and you can get more information. What am I going to see when I go on there? I look at it later. That's pretty impressive, and I love the way it's set up. I think it's a great website.
Thank you. What are you gonna see? You're gonna see 15 years of communications, right? A lot of different, I consider myself, you know, a very diverse agency. You're gonna see everything from healthcare to car parts to cable and wiring management systems. Where a lot of our clients, they're sold in Lowe's. Mono Systems is a great company, you know, from wire management. They're the second largest in the United States. So we have
Wow.
companies that are, you know, big, and then we work with our local appliance company, you know, a guy that I went to high school with opens up an appliance store. And I work with him, you know, we have a slew of restaurants, so you're gonna see a lot, and I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised by the amount of talent
Lisa,
that's here.
you love what you do, don't you?
Yeah, I really do.
I can tell.
I really do.
I tell you, you're so passionate about what you do, and you know, you love. I mean, there's so many different things that you do.
Yeah, I love creating, that's
Yeah.
it.
And this speaking of creating, this event that's going to happen on March 10th at 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Huntington Hilton in Melville. You can get your tickets if you go to madeonliconference.com. That's where you can pick up, and there's tables. If you want to come by yourself, I think it's like $45. You can also get a table for $300. For how many people is that?
10 people,
I
so it's a
mean-
deep discount there.
So would a business or a manufacturer take their team there? Is that how that works? Is
I
that?
mean, you can have your financial, you know, your CFO, your COO, your human resources, your head of whoever does your hiring, not only through human resources, whoever does your training, you wanna train your workforce, accountants, anyone, really.
Mhm.
I mean, we have Stony Brook University coming, they took a table of 10, they have,
Awesome.
you know, multiple people, multiple different departments, we have LIJ coming, they took a table of 10, you know.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, so it's a diverse crowd, it's, I think, information that's invaluable. I think we're delivering a message that needs to be heard, and I
Mhm.
hope that manufacturing does stay and flourish here on Long Island.
That's amazing, and I love how you concentrate on value. I mean, it's all about value, and
It
that's pretty much what it comes across as with all these. I mean, these amazing, and one person that we didn't talk with, Jill Scher,
Oh, yeah, she's Markham.
and she'll be up there too,
Yeah,
right?
she's gonna be up there too, she's gonna be talking about those tax incentives that so many people don't know. I mean, even me, as a small business owner, she sat down with me in 8 minutes and identified already, you know, like, one big, huge deduction that I
Wow.
was missing. So, she's fabulous, she's so smart and has so much energy, you know, she's a powerhouse in her field, so I'm excited.
Lisa Mirable, we're about to run out of time here, but I wanted to give you the last couple seconds here. Why should they come out on the 10th to the Huntington Hilton in Melville for the Made on Long Island Conference 2020? Why should they come out?
Why should they come out? Well, they're gonna meet a fabulous group of people, they're gonna have knowledge that they wouldn't gain anywhere else, and they get to do their speed networking, which is, you know,
That's the
for me,
coolest thing.
the coolest thing, absolutely, you don't wanna miss out. So it's huge value, not a lot of cost, you know, I just think it would be a total miss if you didn't attend, so come on down, we hope to see you, and I'd love to meet you one-on-one.
That's awesome. So you go down, you see Lisa, and you see this amazing panel, and you get to talk to like-minded people and manufacturers, businesses. Guys, for my guest, Lisa, thank you so much, and we'll be right back on WMAP, the world's most amazing people, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Thank you.